Revelation TV News. This hour we take a look at the stories making headlines. Zambian journalists and media workers celebrate World Press Freedom Day. State House condemns attacks on Radio Maria and Power FM by PF cadres. Health Minister Dr. Chitalo Chilufya says Vice President Inonge Mwina continues to recuperate well with all cardiac parameters within normal range. Lusaka businessman Chris Chinda calls for concerted efforts to end emerging gangs in Tendere compound. Sudan Army rejects civilian majority in ruling council. With the news in detail, my name is Senya Piri. Health Minister Dr. Chitalo Chilufya says Mrs. Inonge Mwina, the Vice President of the Republic of Zambia, continues to recuperate well with all cardiac parameters within normal range. He said Mrs. Mwina is fully mobilized, feeding well, and is in high spirits. Lusaka International Media Association for Peace, IMAP, has called upon media practitioners in the country to reflect on this year's World Press Freedom Day theme, Media for Democracy, Journalism and Elections in Times of Disinformation, so that they endeavor to report on facts in order to restore peace and democracy in the nation through their various media channels. IMAP Vice President Peter Chikwampu says the association believes that where there is peace, democracy thrives. He said the media plays a vital role in helping uphold peace and democracy because it is the focal point where every person looks up for reliable information. Chikwampu adds that it is the media that will help Zambia sustain its status as a peaceful and democratic country. He said it is also the duty of the media to report on peace building so that the peace is promoted at all levels of society regardless of the status. Chikwampu says IMAP implores media houses to come with columns and talk shows that could be used to highlight peace-building matters in details. Lusaka businessman Chris Chinda says there is need for concerted efforts to end emerging gangs called the Fluffies in Lusaka's Mtendere compound. Speaking in an interview with Revelation TV in Lusaka, Chinda said parents should be engaged to ensure that they monitor the movements of their children so that they're not tempted to join the gangs. And Chinda, who has expressed intentions to stand as Member of Parliament from Nali constituency in the 2021 general elections, said there is need for the youth to take up leadership so that they can positively contribute to the development of the country. He said having born and lived in Munali constituency, he fully understands the challenges that people in the area are going through. Chinda has since embarked on helping the needy in the area by making donations and providing free clean drinking water to the residents in Munali.
Social responsibilities. Just there at Chrismo, we offer free water to the community, and I've been involved in a lot of community work in the communities of Munali constituency. Just recently, I've been donating to the orphanages, I've been donating to the churches, and I continue involving myself in the constituency. We've also organized a pool tournament for the youths, but it goes with the theme. And we've also organized the football tournaments. In these games, what we're trying to achieve is that we are preaching to our youths that they should be able to adopt skills training. I would want to see Munali constituency with skills development. We have a lot of people that have come on board to support this call, to support me as a candidate. So in fact, what we are giving our youths is a simple formula of so we are actually organizing or telling our youths to associate, to have good association with people with skills, so that in turn they can adopt a skills training. So if you are playing with a plumber, most likely 100% chances that you'll be a plumber someday. If you are playing with someone who's an electrician, 100% chances are that you'll be an electrician someday. So that is a simple formula that we're giving to our people in the constituency, and that is the answer for unemployment levels in our country, because when you have a skill, you can survive anywhere. You can choose to work for someone. Companies are looking for skilled labor, or you can push on your own. You start making money from your skills that you know.
State House has condemned the attack on Power FM radio in Kabwe and Radio Maria in Chipata by suspected PF cadres. Presidential spokesperson Amos Chanda said the behavior by the PF cadres is totally unacceptable and a clear departure from the manifesto provisions on information and media policy position of President Edgar Lungu. He said media must have unfettered freedom to publish what they want.
The two incidents that have occurred in the past week regarding suspected PF members storming radio stations, Power FM in Kabwe and Radio Maria in Chipata, are totally unacceptable. State House finds the behavior very, very abhorrent and a clear departure from the manifesto provisions, information and media policy position of the president is that the media must have unfettered freedom to publish what they so please. In an event that the breach of the law has occurred when the media is publishing what they are publishing, the due process of the law, rather than the rule by a mob, must prevail. And therefore the president has observed with great disappointment that actions in the name of the party are being undertaken to storm radio stations, harass journalists, and attempt to take the law in their hands. So those individuals, be they ordinary members of society, be they members of the PF, are not above the law. The president emphasizes that nothing must be committed in the name of his party, the PF, particularly actions that depart from the stated principle of pluralism, the stated principle of tolerance, and particularly the president's strong belief in the freedom of the media, freedom of the press, speaks to these values that the media institutions must have the freedom to publish, must have the freedom to collect news. There must be freedom before and after publication, so it is totally unacceptable.
Provincial Agricultural Planner for Copperbelt Province, Yapolani Chunga, has called on districts in the province to avoid varying funds during implementation of the Enhanced Smallholder Agribusiness Promotion Program, ESAP, in the implementing districts. Chunga said this today during a committee meeting in Pongwe District Boardroom at Ministry of Agriculture, saying the program in Pongwe District would focus on the growing and processing of soybeans. And speaking during the same meeting, Senior Marketing Development Officer for Copperbelt Province, Ali Chidwa, assured the would-be beneficiaries and farmers of a sustainable and wide market for the commodity. Chidwa said this on the background of farmers' reactions in the past to grow soybeans, alleging lack of market for the crop. The provincial team of 2 from Dola was on a tour of districts in the province to ensure that there were no impediments as the ESAP program began, starting with training of Camp Agriculture Committees, CSCS, which will work hand in hand with selected agriculture extension officers in selecting and training beneficiary farmers in the respective camps. Meanwhile, District Agriculture Coordinator from Pongwe District, Hosea Chiwalamuna, has called for teamwork during the implementation of the ESAP. Rumfunsa police have apprehended Nelson Kapandola Jr., the brother of Linda Kapandola, who has 3 children with her biological father, Nelson Kapandola, in a case of incest that has shocked their family. The family members of Ms. Kapandola are in shock and wondering why the young man had been detained without any charge. Family representative Francis Nyembo told The Sun in an interview that the police officers at Rufunza police station had called him for questioning on Monday 2019. Mr. Nyembo said he was questioned by 2 police officers in the presence of one of his relatives as a witness who chose to remain anonymous. The witness said he was shocked to find Nelson Kapadola Jr. in cells. When he visited him to find out what he was doing in police cells, he responded that he had been put there because of the father's case. The witness said he went to the police cells to see one of his friends who had been arrested before he could go and discuss why his uncle, Mr. Nyembo, had been called by the police. He found Nelson Kapadola Jr. there and asked him why he had been detained. He said he then went to see the police officers to find out what was happening. The officers released Mr. Kapadola Sr. and the family members who had gone with him to the police station, and the witness remained with his uncle, Mr. Nyembo. Just now we go for a break. We'll be right back.
The clashing hit this month on GoTV. Can Atletico Madrid cause an upset when they face Barcelona at Nou Camp in search for the La Liga title? With WrestleMania around the corner, rivalry arises in an unforgettable dust storm on WWE. Upgrade to GoTV Max to witness Spal take on Juventus on SuperSport Select 5.
For the league leaders.
And Valencia is fighting for a European spot when they host Levante on SuperSport Select 4. Stay subscribed to GoTV Plus and GoTV Max for more sport heat waves. We are Victorious Entertainment.
Against the odds, gives Barcelona the lead.
GoTV. Live it, love it.
Turner on Saturday.
Do you want printing and duplication of your DVDs? You can now come to Revelation TV for all your printing and duplication needs. We are located on plot number 2437 off Chilumbu Road in Libala Stage 3, Lusaka, Zambia. Call us today on 0977 771580. Revelation TV, delivering God's people.
Keep watching Liberation TV. It is extremely important in your lives. Amen.
Thank you for staying with us. We continue with the news. 2 physically challenged persons in Lusaka's Chawama Township could not believe their luck last Sunday when they received blessings in form of wheelchairs and assorted foodstuffs from the ruling Patriotic Front constituency leadership. The beneficiaries were Rogers Mwamba, aged 65 years, who is a double amputee, and 24-year-old Simon Lungu, who was diagnosed with sickle cell at birth. An exited Mr. Mwamba, who spoke in Bemba, that is an exited Mr. Mwamba, who spoke in Bemba, could not hide his happiness when he received a wheelchair. He showered the ruling party with praises for making his movement easier. Mr. Mwamba said he was happy for the gesture as it would ease the difficulties he faced in movements. 4 men of Mwilunga are nursing serious injuries in hospital after being hit by a Mitsubishi Pajero on the Mwilunga-Solwezi Road. Provincial Commissioner of Police Hudson Namachila, who confirmed the accident, said it occurred on April 28 around 11:40 hours near Manyama Market. Mr. Namachila said all the casualties were walking from western to eastern direction. We go for another break. Coming up is Foreign News. Don't go away.
Keep watching that Liberation TV. It is extremely important in our lives. It all started in a manger.
Do you want to know what's happening around the country?
We should go put our heads together to find
in the community, politically.
To expect violence from our cadres. We want this election to be free and fair.
Don't listen to rumors circulating on social media. Watch Revelation TV main news at 20 hours and 12 hours daily. Revelation TV, delivering God's people.
Hello?
Yes, hello? Bashwadia, where's the remote?
Why do you need the remote? Are you not at work?
I'm home right now. I came for lunch. Do you want to use it as a cooking
Sticky, or you want to eat shima with the remote?
I need to turn it on for some few minutes. You know what I mean? So right now I'm missing out.
Yasha means turn on, and you can get turned on too. We bring you top local and international entertainment for everyone. Subscribe to Top Star today.
Yasha. Turn me on. I think turns me on like Top Star.
Top Star. Enjoy digital life.
And now in foreign news, a powerful cyclone has slammed into India's eastern coastline, bringing torrential rains and winds of up to 200 kilometers per hour. Cyclone Fani, one of the most severe storms to hit the region in recent years, made landfall at 0800 local time on Friday. More than 1 million people have been evacuated from the eastern state of Orissa, also called Odisha. State officials say 2 people had been killed. Flooding has also been reported in several areas, and the forecasters say a storm surge of 1.5 meters could threaten low-lying homes. The Conservatives and Labour have faced a backlash at the ballot polls over the Brexit deadlock, with smaller parties and independents winning seats. In England so far, the Tories have lost more than 500 seats and 19 English councils, while the Liberal Democrats have gained more than 300 seats. National politics seems to have been a deciding factor for voters, with Labour also losing over 70 seats to date. Council results continue to come in for England and Northern Ireland. More than 120 English councils are declared by 12:30 GMT, with counting underway in many of the other local authorities. The first Northern Irish results are also starting to be announced. No local elections are taking place in Scotland and Wales. A top official in Sudan's military council has told the BBC it will not allow civilians a majority on the Supreme Council set to rule the country during a transitional period. Lieutenant General Salah Abdelkhalik said that the most they would accept would be an equal split with civilians. Protesters are continuing their mass sitting outside military HQ to demand that the army cede control. President Omar al-Bashir was ousted from power on 11 April after 30 days. He was replaced by a military transitional council that promised to relinquish power to civilians within 2 years, a proposal rejected by protesters. As we end the main news, we take a look at the top stories once more. Zambian journalists and media workers celebrate World Press Freedom Day. State House condemns attacks on Radio Maria and Power FM by PF cadres. Health Minister Dr. Chitale Chilufya says Vice President Inoke Wina continues to cooperate well with all cardiac parameters within normal range. Lusaka businessman Chris Chinda calls for concerted efforts to end emerging gangs in Mutendere compound. Sudan Army rejects civilian majority in ruling council. Thank you so much for watching. From me is bye and God bless.
Up in the morning, all I want to do, see your face, Yahweh. When I wake up in the morning, all I want to do, call your name. Not to call you cause I got a problem, not to call you cause I got a question. I just wanna call your name, like a child calling daddy. Yahweh, 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 I love to call your name. Yahweh, 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 you're my keeper. Yahweh, Yahweh, you love me. Yahweh, my maker.
memories of crying.